Food used to control me so much. To ruin my day, completely wrapped the way I saw myself, the way I saw the world. It was just, that's why I want to make this video. Today I'm going to talk about how I lost 40 pounds working on my food addiction. So food is now seen as not just a source of sustenance or a source of nutrition, but also a reflection of your personal, cultural, social values. So it's become really easy to form an addiction to food. Food addiction refers to this compulsive, out of control relationship with food, similar to other types of substance addiction. If you have an addiction to food, you usually show little control over food. You have cravings for, certain kinds of food, or you tend to overconsume food despite its negative consequences or negative effects on you. And this addiction can impact your mental, emotional, physical, social, financial health. Cycle of binge eating followed with the feeling of shame and guilt can be so extremely draining. It can lead you to develop mental health issues or worsen your existing mental health issues such as depression or anxiety. The physical effects of food addiction, not feeling comfortable in your skin, not feeling comfortable in your body, and sometimes this trickles into the social aspect, not feeling like you want to go to social gatherings because you're just not comfortable in your body. I remember shopping for clothes to go to events being such a draining experience for me because it's not that I couldn't find like clothes that fit, but I just did not like the way they fit. And that's a very valid concern to have. That definitely takes a toll on your mental health as well. Just simply not wanting to go to social functions where food is involved because you feel like you don't have control over food or like what you're going to consume or how much you're going to consume. So you avoid going to these social functions. I've been there. Of course, financial consequences, not even financial consequences from doctor visits, but financial consequences from the amount of money you spend on eating out, ordering food. I promise you, it adds up so quickly. Food was my major expense. Eating out, delivery. You could be using that money for so many other things. Last point is your food addiction causes you to have a reduced quality of life. Food is essentially controlling your life. You do not have control over your life. Food that you consume or how much you consume it determines how your day is going to go, determines how you're going to feel about yourself that day or the coming days. So how to get over your food addiction. Understand that there are two kinds of work that you need to do to get over your food addiction. The first one is mental, and this is the most important one. The second one is technical things that you could do to get over your food addiction. So let's start with the most important one, mental work that you need to do to get over your food addiction. The first one is awareness. You need to be very aware of the ways in which your addiction has been affecting your life. Because think about it, how can you change something that you don't think is a problem to begin with, right? Or you don't really fully understand the extent of the issue. And because of all the social value that we have given to food, it can be really hard to see how overconsuming food can be very harmful. So take a moment to really think about the ways in which this addiction has impacted your life mentally, physically, emotionally, socially. The next one is self love. You need to be absolutely determined to want better for yourself, want and do better for yourself. Nothing is going to change unless you do. And this is definitely going to be a hard thing. No questions asked. Understand that, accept it, but also be determined to do it for yourself. You do hard things all the time for other people. You know that. But when it comes to yourself, you hesitate. I think that's insane. You're supposed to be your number one person in your life. You're supposed to be the person that you love the most in this world, but you're not willing to do hard things for yourself, even though you do it for other people. So really think about it. Really think about that one. It's gonna be hard. You can do hard things because you do it for other people all the time. You just gotta do it for yourself. Third one, changing your perception of food. You've given all these values, these positive social values, cultural, personal values to food, right? You're given. But you can take it back. You can take it away. You have the choice to see food for what it really is, a source of nutrition. Get into the habit of thinking of food like that. The next one is related to that one. Once again, it's also a change in perception. You have to eliminate the reward concept. Okay, so say that you've been eating good for a period, right? Like a couple of days, a week, months actually. But then after that period, going out and indulging in junk food because you've been good is extremely harmful. Now, there's nothing wrong with indulging in your cravings, it's completely fine. I don't believe in restricting, but don't think of junk food as a reward because it's not a reward. The real reward is eating nutritious meals. Go ahead, indulge in junk food, but don't think that it's a reward because then you're conditioning your brain to think of junk food as a reward. Okay, so the next one is emotion regulation. So a lot of people's root of addiction to food stems from emotionally or emotional eating. The first thing I would recommend for this is seeking professional help. Eating when I'm happy, eating when I'm sad, eating when I'm bored. Recognize that while your emotions are valid, they're not always the truth or they're not always benefiting you. Feel your emotions, but be aware that it is just a feeling. It's not the truth. Another thing is when you're emotionally distressed and you run to food for support, understand that you're giving whatever it was that triggered you even more power by letting it affect your current and future mental state as well as your progress. So don't give it that much power. You already let it steal a moment of your day. Don't give it more power. Last point when it comes to the mental work is really, really, really important. And that is developing self compassion, being kind to yourself, being nice to yourself. Getting over any addiction is extremely hard. However, getting over an addiction that's a part of your daily life is going to be extremely hard. Be kind to yourself, speak nicely to yourself, and also, more importantly, understand that success is never linear, right? Success is never like this. Success is, right? You will have moments, days, weeks sometimes where you're not doing things that are in your best interest. Accept it. Don't expect it because I think that would be self sabotage, but accept it when it happens because you are human and life happens, things happen all the time. The most important thing is in those situations, A, be sure to be kind to yourself. Don't be talking down on yourself. That is the worst thing you can do in those situations. Let's work on getting back on track. To the technical part. The first one is work on your gut health. This is extremely important because your unusual cravings, bloating, or uncomfortable sensation that you feel in your gut could be contributing to your lack of control when it comes to food. I first initially worked on my gut health for close to a year before starting my food addiction recovery journey. I used to always feel a sense of discomfort and just bloating in my gut when I eat specific foods because my gut couldn't digest them correctly. And when I felt that sense of discomfort, I had the urge to overeat so I can suppress that feeling of discomfort. So I would always overeat and I never really thought to fix it, unfortunately. Probably because I didn't know that there could be better. Prioritize your gut health. Eat papayas, eat kiwis, eat yogurt, eat kimchi, like all these gut friendly foods need to be on your diet consistently. Second one is this is very important, meal prepping, okay? There should always be a meal prepped in your food. Don't wait until you're hungry or you're starving to make a meal. Make sure you already have something prepared on the go. For somebody that doesn't like cooking, there's so many hacks around it, okay? Frozen veggies are great. Sometimes, in fact, they preserve more nutrients than fresh veggies because when they're just frozen, fresh, the nutrient is not going to go anywhere, right? This is me trying to convince you that you can be lazy. Get a rice cooker, you know, make rice for the entire month and freeze it. It's fine. And then just heat it up and eat your meal. If I showed you how I meal prep, I don't know, you might be either impressed or you might think I'm very lazy. The next one is having healthy snacks on you and around you at all times. When you're hungry, it's really hard for us to make logical decisions. So don't wait until hunger strikes. Have healthy snacks near you or on you in your bag all the time. I love Think protein bars. They have carried me through the years, and combination with almond is just. And you also might be wondering, I guess a protein bar. It might be brownie flavored, but it's not gonna taste like brownie. Trust me. Through time, when you wane off of all the sweets and the chocolate bars, these protein bars start tasting like actual dessert to you. All these processed candies and all this processed junk food, not only is it messing up your gut, it's also messing up your taste buds. It's so hard for you to enjoy regular meals or like things that are not blazed with sugar or extreme additives because like the junk food and all these sweets, they're frying your taste buds essentially. Trust and believe, as somebody that used to be addicted to candies, I used to have at least 2, 3 candy bars a day. So trust me when I say it gets better. The last one is substituting your favorite meals. There are so many creators on social media that show you recipes for your favorite meals, but a more filling or more healthier option. Follow those creators. One of them is, I don't really like do those because I'm very lazy, but 2025 I'm gonna start cooking more. However, right now I opt for more convenient meals. That is all for today's video. Truly, now you see me and I'm talking about this, I'm explaining this. You might be thinking, oh my god, please, you always had it together. Please trust me, I never always had it together. It was never like this. If I could do it, you absolutely can.